YouTube. How are you today, guys? Just adjust you down a little bit more. Can you see me now? That's a bit better. I can't always tell where you need to see me by. That's better. So, welcome to my live stream. You are now obviously seeing the whole setup I've got in front of me. Hope you can hear me loud and clear. As you can see, my nice little cap with the point of view camera on it, as you can see down in the bottom right hand corner. Welcome to my new series. These are going to be on the Corsa I've got here, the blue Peril. Let me have a little walk around for you guys to have a look. You can see that the paint on this car is highly faded, and this is going to come up absolutely lovely when it's been polished. Obviously, a little bit of a sign that this has been polished before, and it's been resprayed. A, because you've got a little bit of work going on here where they've taped it. So the bumper's been sprayed and the wing's been sprayed. Little bit of a giveaway, especially when you can see the difference in the colour, where this is flat and this isn't. So this has definitely got lacquer on it. Done a few test spots already on this car. This is my do-up car at the moment, so this is a second part of the series. First part was already on the YouTube, on a little quick wash to get rid of all the grub, and we've done the engine bay detail as well, which was all on there, which has come up quite well. So this light's already been done, so I'm going to take you through what we do, or what I've been doing and what I've been playing with to get this up to a really good quality and a good standard. Still a little bit more refining to do on here to get a few more deeper scratches out, but apart from that, that clarity is 10 times better. So let's get on with the show. Right then, let's spin you around so you get a nice point of view. You can see the light. There we go, you're in. There we go, right there, it'll be lovely. So, with my 15 grit sandpaper, let me see what we can do. We've got 1200 grit sandpaper. So, just by lifting the bonnet slightly, give that a little douse on there, just a little bit of spray. And with 1200 grit sandpaper, I'm now just going to take off all the top residue. So working off to the edges first. These lights are very simple, very easy to do. Very, very easy. There's not too much damage, not too much going on. But there's enough on there that the clarity has been compromised. Let's open this bonnet up. I'm gonna sling it everywhere anyway. As you can see underneath the bonnet, we've got some compound sling. This is probably the hardest bit for me. It's the hand sanding. You can buy discs online for off eBay or Amazon. I sadly don't have the links, but you can buy them online, and you can make life easier by using the machine. It doesn't hurt doing it by hand. Use a little bit of water just to... There we go. Just to get a little bit of an idea what you're working with. Now, when you buy the Halfords kits, Autoglym do a Halfords kit for headlight restoration, and they only go down as far as 1500 grit. And I've just been testing some 1200 at the moment to see how it works, and I've got to say, the 1200 is working 10 times better. This is probably going to take me about half an hour per light. If you do have the quickest way of doing it is definitely getting the discs, the sanding discs, and also using palm sander. A palm sander is absolutely phenomenal when it comes to using the what? Just watch it on your telly, babe. Palm sander is going to be much easier to use when it comes to it's much faster, safer. You can change the speed. Just to show you, if you guys are out on the road, you're having to do this kind of stuff, you can see. When you're taping up your lights, make sure you use plenty of tape. 3 layers, 4 layers, 5 layers, whatever you need will be much more sufficient to get those adjacent areas, especially when you're working near painted surfaces. That is the key, not to burn through an edge when using it. And obviously, bearing in mind that the tape's going to get wet, that's going to become much flimsier, and there's more of a risk to go through the tape. You can actually feel the condition changing when you're sanding. And you're starting to see this milky residue come off. This car's in for this is a car that I'm flipping. I'm going to be doing it up and selling it. So I want to get the best price. So restoring it is going to be quite fun. I was a big fan of Wheeler Dealers growing up. And Wheeler Dealers was a great little show on how to restore cars and bring them back up to a nice standard. Give it a little wipe. Just to start, you'll start to see what we're working with up close. You'll start to see with the haze coming in from obviously plastics. Obviously remember that the plastics are quite thick, so you will have a little bit of leeway to work in, but you will have stone chips and all sorts of stuff that's on this light. Trying to see through the plastic. Move that round. I apologise for my lack of energy today, guys. If there's any comments that you want to put up, feel free to put the comments up while we're on the live. You guys can all find it really sociable and interactive. I should have done here's one I made earlier. Let me see if it's going to be easy without the block. Yeah. It's a little bit easier. Now the process is 1200, then I'm going to use a sanding disc to remove and try and finish this light down a lot better. So that means I'm going to be using 1200 to start, then 2000, And then I'm going to polish with a 3000 disc to remove those scratches as we back out. And then I'm going to use a really nice Volkswagen hard pad, polishing compound pad, to bring it out of the haze and remove those scratches. So we're going to step up 4 to 5 times. And obviously once I do the car, once the car's done and I'm polishing the car, I can go on to refine these lights as well. In the refining process and the cutting process. Using hand instead of machine is obviously it's going to take you a bit longer, but obviously you're also going to be working that little bit safer as well. The water allows you to have a little bit more lubrication, a little bit slip and slide. It does obviously clog up the light. It does clog up the sandpaper, sorry. And obviously you then lose a little bit of strength. Make sure the most important part is always get your edge work in. I quite like doing the light job because you get a really good 50-50. You get a really good idea of what from the biggest turnarounds ever. Put my hoodie on today because the temperature's a bit cool. And as soon as you start doing a bit of manual labour, it's starting to get bloody hot. Any questions on the board? Nobody watching. I remember these days back in the day. What I used to be doing when I first started Instagram. Nobody watching when you go live. It's all good. It's all good. I do enjoy the lives because it's interaction's really good. You get the conversation going all the time. Let's give that a little rinse. Let's see what we're working with. See how far back we've gone. All right, Danny.
You've run out of oats, haven't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So now you can see that's starting to haze up, which means our technique is working very well. As you can see, as that starts to dry, you want that consistent haze all the way through the top coat. So allow that to dry off a little bit, just to we've removed what we wanted to remove off that top surface. Just checking in here, these little areas. I'm very satisfied with that. Looking good. You will see there'll be deeper marks on there. But this is going to allow me now to go through the next process, which is going to be swapping out. Let's swap this out. on. Let's go with this one. Just for this point, I've got my little Flex PXE there. Got myself a 2000 grit. I think it's 2000 or 2500. Apply a bit of water. Spritz on the pad. Off we go. Working with the shape of the light in vertical sections. What you don't want to do is you don't want to keep that, you don't want the liquid to run out on you, because that's going to create more heat and more friction. And you don't want to be working in too big of sections. Split the light in half, keep yourself and keep that moving. The 2-incher nails me to get into little areas like this. Check the light. 0 to no heat there. 0 to no heat, which is really good. Pressure is very minimal. Enough pressure that I'm going to get good contact and it's not going to aquaplane. If it's too light, you'll feel it spinning off the paint. The machine does do a nice, really good solid note. It means your contact is very, very good. And mate, all right? Oh mate, unbelievable. Oh, definitely, mate.
Good job he's in the European Ryder Cup side. He is, but every time you see him play, he plays some marvellous fucking golf shots. Alright, I think McIlroy may have pulled him after that first round. But I mean, he's right there, bro. I mean, whether he's higher up the listings and that sort of stuff with McIlroy.
I need to watch it, mate. I've got it on record.
Yeah.
See you later, buddy. My neighbour and I love a bit of golf. Loves a bit of golf. So this is what you'll probably be able to see now if I've got my head in the right position. Starting to see a really nice difference between, you can start seeing that finishing out. Now, it's a bit of false economy because the water is going to act like a lacquer and that's going to be sitting inside the grooves of the scratches, which enables the lens to look like it's actually scratchless and clear, but that's not the case. You're still going, when you buff that off, going to have some haze. You'll start to see there is a little bit of difference between this area here. Heat's not too bad. And the section differs both sides. It's off the grit compared to this side, which was the 1200. You are going to get build up on here, so I would recommend to swap out your pads. Split 50-50. These aren't super expensive. Trizac pads are quite expensive. I say quite expensive, very expensive, but they are quality products. You still see a milky residue being removed. No heat at all. It's the beauty of wet sanding. So much safer. Much safer than using a machine polisher. It's going to generate a lot of heat. They will be ceramic coated right at the very end, once the car's been corrected and polished. You will ceramic coat these lights. That just allows them to last a lot longer, and they should last between 12 to 18 months before they will start to depreciate again. Clear plastic just gets affected by the UVA and UVB in the sun. So by putting a ceramic coating on them, you're going to give that extra durability. The tape's only there as a precaution. Using a rotary is much safer. Make sure you get your edge work as good as you can. When you do turn up speeds, match your hand speed to your machine speed. So if you've got speed 1, move your hand slower. If you've got speed 2, speed up and so on. You know? The more comfortable you get, the more skilled you get when it comes to machine polishing. It's about testing as well. No heat on that whatsoever. Just allow that to dry out a little bit, just so you can see. Obviously, the process of this is always make sure, don't make my mistake where you do look at the sling on the engine bay. This is a good one for you guys. You make the engine bay look nice and neat and tidy, and then you go and polish the lights. Do yourself a favour if you can do the engine bay. Cover it in a rag. A bit lazy today, so I've got a bit of sling everywhere. But it's all good. That's going to come off with a little bit of a racer. The sun has come out now. Great. Feels good. We're going to move on to this stage of polishing. A little bit of polish, a little bit of spritz. One. This is a very hard, very, very hard pad. It's Volkswagen Carpo spot remover pad. So this is, and as you know, a lot of compounds like Cartec 3000 will go up to 1500 grit inches. So, that now, the temperature on that increases a lot, hell of a lot. These pads have no give them whatsoever. They will heat up quick, but great for spot removal. But if you hit an edge, you know about it. They're called Volkswagen pads because obviously Volkswagen paint's super hard. They're designed in that sort of weather, and obviously really hot. Our Kenny hot pad over here will actually go very soft to almost like a micro cut once you've got heat in it. So this hot pad in the California region and those kind of areas that are really hot, it'll reduce, but it will still keep the cut. So humidity is a huge part when it comes to dynamic polishing. Just cooling that down. Sun's come out. These are the factors you have to work with. The sponge is now, the foam pad is now getting very, very soft. It's still very hard. It's still going to be as hard as many pads, but there's a softening to the pad now, so I'm able to work this into the contours a little bit easier without worrying about too much. This pad is such a good pad. I definitely recommend it. As a spot pad, it's unbelievable. Especially for people who use DAs. But just go easy, go near any edge, and it's worse than a barber's cutthroat razor. Let that cool down for a second. Hello guys, I didn't turn around. That isn't nothing to do with you. Hello mate, sorry mate, I'm well behind. I didn't see any of the stuff today. I'm in full flow. Are you Pomberto? You good? Are you good, buddy? Let me just bring up the chat box on there for you, mate. Let me bring up the chat box. Humberto, everyone. There he is. That's what we want. It seems you will need one of those big beach umbrellas. Yeah, I know, mate. Absolutely. I'm absolutely covered from head to toe in compound. Now you're not going to remove all the road rash, all the road chips and stone chips, but what you are going to bring back is the clarity. And as you can see from that clarity, that is restored 100%. We have now got some very good lights, and the scratches are removed. Now, I can revisit this during the polishing stages and actually give that plastic a bit more of a refinement with the microfiber. But I'm happy with that. I'm extremely happy with that. And as you can see outside, when the heat gets on, it's yeah, we have some serious paint issues. So don't waste your polish. So, in episode 3, let's make sure we get this, let's not waste this polish. In episode 3, we're going to have, we're going to be visiting the decon stages in episode 3. We're going to be going through the decon and working out what's on this paint and how to remove it, which is going to be awesome. That's the next stage. So the first episode was obviously engine bay. Then we've got to go on to, look at these wires. We did a little cheeky walk around. You got to love this, ain't you? Tied up my wires. There we go. That's better. That's better. Let's get ourselves in here and give this another Another light tickle. Now, I have seen Mike Phillips of Auto Geek do this with a wall pad without having to sand them down. And I think, you know, when you know, it will take you a while, but it is possible. A rotary in a wall pad. You've got to keep this rotary moving on plastics. You've got to do long strokes because you've got to allow it to cool down before you can come back. Plastic heats up very quick. You've got to allow that. And it doesn't transfer heat like metal does and disperse it. It literally holds it in one spot. So it's very important. I don't like to use anything but sponge now on plastics. I've been very lucky with Rupes microfiber wall pads, the fine cut ones. They work really well on plastics as well, to be honest. That temperature is very good. But I have gone and made a few too many mistakes on plastics. Obviously, just from the back of testing their tensity, you know, their strength. And I've learned a lot from it. So, you know, get yourself a rubbish pair of headlights and just go full steam at them and see what kind of tolerance you can get out of them. And actually, one of the biggest things you'll learn is plastic's quite thick. So if you do make a little burn mark in it, you know, what I've found is you're able to rub them out. A little bit hot, swap over. Reduce the amount of polish now to 2 dots. 2 dots. And then while that other is calming down and cooling down, you can swap between 2 lights now. Beautiful. The reason why I use the rotary is I can be more accurate, more precise. I can get into the areas I want to without any of the dual action throw momentum to throw me onto an edge. There's no throw, so I can be really accurate, working up to edges. It's nice and warm. And as you can see, oh, you can't see because I've stood on the wires. Oh, what are we doing? We're on stilts. Yes, I will protect them, mate, once the coating's on. Let me just bring this back up to spec. I've stood on the wires and I'll give you a proper panoramic view. Let's bring this back out. Let's have a look. I need a proper studio to help me out here, guys. How are we looking? Let me just bring this out. Let me go. Fire any questions, Humberto. I'll just grab them in a second, mate. Just ping out the thing. Will I protect the headlights with a ceramic coating? Yes, I will, buddy. I'm going to be using G-Technic crystal serum light to get that going on. So yeah, so that'll be the order of the day. But I will do the coatings when I come to coat the rest of the vehicle. So there's no harm at the moment until I've refined them to do the work. There we go. We're back. We're back. I apologise, guys. This is how we are working, as you can see in the screen. So let me bring you back out. So, as you can see, these lights now are looking miles better. Miles better. As I get in close, all the scratches, the 1200 grit has now been removed from both sides. I feel safe to remove the tape. This is fantastic tape, by the way. This is from Cartech. And this is their stretchy tape that you can actually, it'll stretch around corners, phenomenal. And it's like 20, it's like that 2020 tape. So it's really helpful to, strong and durable, but it does leave and it doesn't come off as easy off the panels. It's got a slightly more heavy attack than most. So those lights now are looking very special. Very, very special. Apart from the fact that you've got compound splatter all over them, those look very, very good. So, let's get our shouts out to the questions. Let's have a look in the question box and see what Humberto's talking about. Or Humberto's disappeared. Bye-bye, Humberto. Okay. Lovely jubbly. Well, hope you like this video. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks, guys, for subscribing. If you've subscribed and you've seen this channel. If you haven't and you're watching this channel for the first time, please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up like. This is a series on the Blue Peril, as I'm calling it now, the Corsa, on working through the different episodes on restoring the car back to a very good saleable condition. This has got single stage paint on it, so the next process will be to do a good decon in episode 3 and show you how to go around the decon and get everything out of the paint, prepping it ready for its restoration and correction. Thanks again, guys, for joining. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Oh, you're back. You're back, Humberto. I'm here. Was in a call. You got any questions, Humberto, before I go? You got any questions? We're looking good. Are you happy with it, Humberto? Do I win any award? Look at that. I'll show you the little test panel. Oh. I'll show you the little test panel on the 50/50. Can show you show you what we're working with, buddy. So there's our little 50-50. There's the guys for the guys on just watching. You can see quite a lot of debris. I've got to clean out from under here, but you can see the nice. You can see what's this. I've just used this area here up on a higher area. These areas are normally quite good to use as a template for a test patch because they don't tend to pick up too much contamination on here. But you can see the 50-50 between the wing and those areas. Just a bit of an instinct, but you could also use the door shuts will tell you as well. Yeah, all in all, it's a good car. Right, I'm waffling. What is the coat you'll be using on the headlights? Crystal Serum Light, Humberto. I'll be using Crystal Serum Light. Just one coat will just do, and hopefully that should last up to 18 months, hopefully, buddy. How are you today, Humberto? Are you well? How are you feeling today? You good? Feeling good? How are you today, my old mucker? If anyone doesn't follow Humberto, first from Puerto Rico, go and give him a follow. He is my dancing partner. When will the ladies around there to do a cheeky dance with you? Doing the cheeky dance? The cheeky oi oi dance? I'm not sure, mate. They've all gone out. My daughter's gone out for a... my daughter's gone out to... daughter's gone out today to go and get her eye test, mate. So, you guys can see me now with the camera on. It's going to be a bit of an operation, checking out, looking at what's going on. I definitely prefer this setup to YouTube, though, without a shadow of a doubt. From YouTube, from Instagram, this is a much better setup. Being able to talk to you guys a lot easier. Lots of conference calls today. Yeah, busy boy, very busy boy. So I'm going to sign off. I will see you soon, Humberto, in the Instagram chat. I'm sure I will. Appreciate you all always coming on and showing your support. I'm going to go and watch this video back and see how boring it was. I had to be quite quiet today and lose some of the energy because my neighbours aren't very well, so I have to be a bit quieter out here today. So thanks for coming on, Humberto. I did check my statistics the other day, Humberto, and realised that you are 80% of my viewing. I've got 20% from the UK and 80% from outside other countries. So I assume the 80% is you, my man. Anyway, guys, feel free to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube, and that'll be under Jonny Shiell Detailing. Go and check out the content. It's building every day, so hopefully let's see how it is in a year's time, and let's see how much I improve. Also, if you're interested in hair content, I've got my main business, which is Jonny Shiell Hairdressing. Go and feel free to give me a little subscribe on there as well, Jonny Shiell Hair. We've got some more content coming up now with that. Now I've got this little setup going on. Hope you guys are enjoying the lives. Hope you guys are enjoying it. Feel free to write down in the comments anything you want to learn, anything you want to know, products I use, anything like that. I will get back to you straight away. I love a little conversation in the DM. So let's keep it sociable. I like to build this community. And also, if you're watching this on this video now, I had a great conference call last night with Kingfisher Promotions about the merch. So soon, very, very soon, you'll be seeing the first edition of my new clothing range coming out for Jonny Shiell Detailing. So I hope that's exciting for you. Hey, hope that's exciting. So we'll see you soon. And Humberto, you are a cheeky what's it. I will see you in the next video. Take care, guys.